Hi guys, I'm Desiree.
And I'm Justine.
And this is Sippin and Dishin.
We sit down with our friends and get the latest dish, all while sipping on some yummy drinks.
We talk about the things in life that make you want to laugh or cry or even temporarily lose your shit.
We're real women.
This is real talk. And of course, it's real drinks. Hey guys, welcome to episode 13 of Sippin and Dishin. Today we have Casey with us. Hello.
Hi. Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yes, I met her through actually Bunko. We were both subs.
Yep.
And we just connected. She's been awesome and agreed to be on our podcast. So we're super happy to have her.
And I know you from Tia and Josh's parties, right? This is Justine, sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Tia is my, I know, right? I can't see you guys, but I totally know that's you, Justine. Hi. Yes, I am Tia's cousin.
Yes, and Tia was on one of our episodes already. So our listeners have already met her. So this is Tia's cousin. So isn't that small world? Everyone knows each other.
Right. She's so badass.
Mm-hmm. So what are you drinking since we can't see you?
Okay, tonight I am drinking some whiskey, some good old Jameson right here.
Ooh, I like it.
Nice, yep.
We're being pretty basic.
Nice and strong.
Right. Nice and strong. I like it. Is that one your favorite?
It is currently. I mean, there are some whiskeys that I can't even name. I don't know, like Knob Creek.
Yeah.
There's one. I like that one. And then there's a few other ones, but as long as it's not Jack Daniels, then I'm pretty happy.
Ooh, yeah. I don't ever drink Jack. I had a bad experience and never touched it since. I actually don't touch any whiskey since I got alcohol poisoning. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It ruined me. But my husband's a whiskey connoisseur. He's been like going to I guess like he knows what days stores get shipments, and then he goes to there like first thing when he does. I'm telling you, crazy.
He's got tracking numbers.
Yes. Yeah. No, he's just like, oh, there's this one brand that you can't get. Like if it's off market, it's like $100. But if I can go to Total Wine at 8 a.m. on a Friday.
Oh God.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So is that what he just poured himself?
Yes,
can
he's
I come
fancy.
and like drink with your husband every once in a while?
Girl, you would love his whiskey cabinet. Like, no, you should come over and try it. Like, if you were here, I would have just poured you one of his.
Dude, totally. Oh my gosh. Yes.
We're just drinking some white wine. We're pretty basic. We ain't fancy, girl.
Not today.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, technically, Jameson's not fancy either. So, hey, cheers, though.
Cheers, girl.
Cheers.
So
cling, 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 cling.
Did you prepare 2 truths and a lie for us?
I sure did.
We ready, girl.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Ready.
Here we go. All right. I got kicked out of school when I was in 7th grade. I got arrested smoking weed in my friend's car. I got my first tattoo when I was 15.
Oh God, that sounds hard.
Yeah, no, those all sound believable. Okay, since normally I make you go first and then I pick something different, I'm gonna go first. Okay, I'm gonna say that you did not get kicked out of school in 7th grade. That's the one I think is the lie. Okay, what about you?
I feel like that was the one that I was gonna pick too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe we'll both be right
Or both wrong.
or both wrong. I mean. Okay, is that your final choice?
That's my final choice.
Okay, which one is it, girl?
Yeah. Okay. The lie is I never got arrested.
Oh, shit. I guess we're wrong together.
Yeah.
It was believable,
yes,
but then at the
wrong.
same time, you just never know.
So you did get a tattoo at 15.
Yes.
How does that even?
I did.
That's awesome. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so, oh my God. It's kind of embarrassing at the same time because
we all
honestly,
got that story,
children
girl.
Right, thank you. Children just should not get tattoos, okay?
There's a reason there's an age.
I was 15 years old.
What is it
It was my brother. Oh, you know what? It's actually huge. It's on the back of my calf. And the first place I wanted to get tattooed was on the back of my fucking calf. Like I knew that was going to be just a terrible place to get it, but I did it anyway. Like I went ham on it. It's a huge peace sign with a frog hanging onto it. It's adorable.
Oh my gosh.
But,
how exciting.
But here's the funny thing though. Like if you look at it now, it's completely different. Because at first it was just the outline, and then the guy did a terrible job. It was literally like just a guy in my brother-in-law's apartment So yeah.
I got one of those. I got one of those.
Yeah, right. See, okay, like yeah. See, we're not alone. I think we all have them. But
Oh, no,
yeah, my
yeah.
husband actually got it redone for me just a few years ago for a birthday gift. So it's actually gorgeous and has color now, and there's added added flowers, and then at the very top of it, I have Imagine added in.
Oh, nice.
So
That's so cool.
yeah.
I like that. I actually have a tattoo that I got done in somebody's living room as well. So you're not alone.
That's okay. I
No.
got one done
How
at an
old were
actual
you, though?
place, and it sucked.
Yeah. No, I I got kicked out when I was 18. I think I talked about that on one of the episodes. And so like of course, like every other 18,
Yes, you
like
did.
right? I know my shit. Like I don't got this. And then so I was living with my cousin and her friend had a tattoo gun, and we thought it'd be so fun if I drew a heart on you and you drew a heart on me in a living room with someone I barely knew, right? And so we did it. And of course, because I'm 18 and I'm like Facebook, or no, was it MySpace at the time?
MySpace.
And I like posted a picture and I
I
was
think
like,
it
oh
was
my God.
MySpace. Yeah.
Yes, right. And then my dad saw it and he called me, and I'm telling you, my dad has like never been one of those people to like be disappointed in me, because I mean, I'm the good kid, right? And he called me, and I think it was probably the first time in my life that like my dad told me he was disappointed in me. And I took it so hard because I was just like, hold on.
Aw.
Like, you've never like,
It's just some ink.
yes, no. And I don't think it was the tattoo, because my dad has tattoos, right? I think it was the fact that I did it so irresponsibly. Like, I mean, an 18-year-old isn't thinking about like,
I can feel that. Yeah.
you know, like, you don't know this
Oh,
person.
so he knew that you got it done like in a living room?
Yes. Because of course I
see, I
bragged
would've
about
laughed.
being a tattoo artist now, like, oh, no one knows anything like me. I'm a tattoo artist. Get out of
Sure.
here, right? No,
I
so
went to school for this shit.
exactly. A whole 5 minutes of showing me how to use this gun.
Right.
Living room
Shoot.
certified.
Yes, right. But
Living room certified.
so I mean, we all make mistakes, but it sounds like yours turned into a beautiful art piece. Mine's faded.
I couldn't even tell yours.
Yeah, I did mine in pink.
But
I was
yours,
smart.
Yours faded.
Yes, it
Nice.
faded because
There
it was
you
pink
go.
ink, so you can barely.
It
see
faded so much that
Yeah.
when she said something about it, I couldn't even tell.
No, yeah, like I'd be like, you have like squint and like look real close. It's right
You see
there.
that little baby line
That
right
little
there?
right there. Hey, but experiences make you stronger.
Makes you who you
so
are.
I like
You
it.
learned. So you'll never get another
Very
living
true.
room tat again.
So that means that you did get kicked out of school at 7th grade too, then.
Okay, so I've always basically just been like a rebel from, I guess, basically when I left the womb. And, yeah, not a very great family dynamic. So I guess I was just like, I don't know, trying to just be a badass, because I was picked on younger, and there was no fucking way that I was going to ever let it happen, like keep happening to me. So, long story short, I got prescribed Ritalin because I also was ADHD, lo and behold.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor was giving me Ritalin, and I was losing weight on this. And I'm like, no fucking way. I'm already like, 4 foot tall, 70 pounds. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, dang.
So, yeah, and I always kind of had an attitude and had a reputation anyway, and went into 7th grade, and I started selling my Ritalin.
Oh, man.
She's making that money.
Oh, my God.
So that's
yeah,
what did
if
it.
I ever had to have a head-shaking moment, it would probably be then. Like, I just look at that, like, part and that side of me, and I just shake my head so hard. Like, oh,
Hey,
my
but
God.
we all have those
we
parts.
We do. You
I was
are
a
not
baby.
alone.
Yeah, right. Okay, so anyways, I got caught by a snitch, and
Snitches get stitches.
snitch, hey, she's so lucky though. No, it's all good. So, yeah, they were like, okay, we're either going to send you to juvie, and then my mom was basically there to really talk them out of it, and so I just got like exfoliation, and I wasn't able to go to any school in the district, and that's what started my homeschooling life after that.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a learnable
Congratulations to
moment,
me.
though. Those things that you do when you're young kind of help mold you, teach you, and then you kind of morph into the person you
Yep.
are.
And then you teach your kids
Sure.
not to do those things.
Absolutely, exactly. And it really does also, though, it makes me think of how much pressure we have on us when we're in school. And I know that all of us, especially being women, girls at that time, where we had just so much pressure on us. I mean, we have those ones who are just out there and feel like they need to protect themselves always and like be like a hard dog. And that basically how I kind of fitted into, I don't know, that side of things. I was an outcast. I like didn't like to get fucked with. I fought a lot. So it's like those kind of things is what I want to protect my children from now. You know, like I want them to be okay with being who they are and not needing to like prove themselves to anyone.
Definitely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
It's kind of like those things where it's like, if you could just learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to live them, right? But I mean, that's the whole point of being a parent, right? Is like you try to do better than yours did, and then hopefully when your kid's a parent, they do better than you did, and then, you know, like just this endless cycle.
Times change so much, though. It's hard nowadays, like with the social media and everything.
The dynamic definitely changed.
Gosh.
It's not the same like when we were kids.
Exactly. It really is, because we didn't have to put up with that kind of stuff when we were growing up, and neither did our parents. But nowadays, it's so much more based on, accept me, even more than what we had to deal with. You know, so it makes it 10 times harder on us needing to grow our children, because we're introducing a whole new like life.
Well, and we don't even know it.
To the life.
Yeah, we don't even know what's going on because we're out of the loop because we ain't that young.
I know, and I was thinking about that too. It's like, how do you relate to your children during this time when you were in school? It wasn't like this. It was, you know, so it's like we wouldn't understand the troubles that they have today because those weren't around when we were their age. So it's like, how do we relate to them and ask, you know, try to give our wisdom to them to, you know, handle situations when we never lived through that kind of situation. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of makes it hard too.
All we can do is can do is do our best. Yep. And I do the whole, I just put myself in their shoes as best as I can, but then also try to build them up at the same time. That's all I can do is like tell my boys, like, be the best you that you can be. Don't be like this person. Don't be like this person. Be you.
And I think that's what it is. You know? You gotta teach them that stuff in order for them to be able to get through all those hard bully times that some kid might do.
You're creating a foundation for them.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's amazing. It sounds like you're doing a great job. I mean, those are all the things I would want in a parent.
I'm pretty sure we're all trying.
You're right. That is true. We are all trying. If they could
only give us an A for effort, we would all have A's.
Thank you. Right. A for effort.
Yes. So do you want to dive into your first topic? So your first topic is about social distancing not being a new thing. Do you want to kind of tell us what you mean by that?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so it's supposed to be serious and also funny at the same time, which is just my personality in general. Super serious, though. Yeah, social distancing is not new because I feel like we've all been doing this for the past, 2 or 3 years. We're all like, hey, get out of my bubble, get away from me. And also doing it with, friends and family, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm distancing myself from you.
Oh, I know.
Or all social media based. Like, you're not even seeing people anyways. You're just texting them. You're not even calling them even.
That's
so true. So that's true.
See? Yes. Yep. Absolutely. So for me, what the social distancing, and this is the funny aspect of it is I'm really happy that they have those little squares on the ground now, when you go and check out, because I am getting so tired of people being so close to me, behind me. Okay, they're people are breathing on your neck, and you're like, hey, step the fuck back. You know when you give them the look, and they look at you hi,
what?
But you just want to be can you get away from me? But now you actually they have to stand on a square.
Yeah,
you're could these just have been around forever?
No, I totally get it. There's those times that somebody's so close to me, I feel like I need to grab my purse. They might be so close that they can snatch my wallet. Like,
oh, I know. Yeah.
No, I've
done
the same exact thing. Like where you have your purse maybe on like your side or your arm, and then you have to put it in front of you. Yeah.
You're like, good luck dropping my crotch.
Yeah.
It's in the front now. I know you're like breathing down my neck, but good luck. I'm going to know if you're like heading towards my vag.
Yes. It really actually makes me happier thinking like people are starting to respect people's space.
Boundaries.
It actually kind of puts more of a smile on my face. I'm like, you see that square? Go stand in it. Get out of my space.
You know what? I am so glad that you brought this up because in a way, we've been preparing ourselves for this with the social media and the online classes and this and that. Can you imagine if this would have happened 20, 30 years ago?
Oh, God.
There would have been no way to keep living your life, but it happened now. And now we're working from home. We're taking classes from home. We're video chatting our friends where we can see their faces. Like,
right.
In a way, it's like we've been preparing for this whole time, because if there was ever a time to live during a pandemic, like it's now. Like
now would be that time.
Because
Absolutely.
for the most part, we can shop online. We can do this. Like everything's been set up for us to be able to do this.
But will people still respect it after the pandemic's over?
The one thing I feel like this whole thing has taught me is not to take anything for granted. I never thought like being able to just go to my friend's house or go to the mall or this or that. Like those are things that are so easy to you and they're so like effortless that when it was taken away, you didn't realize how much of a luxury and how much you loved doing that until you know you can't. So
even the little things.
Yeah, like I feel like this has made me kind of, you know, more grounded and appreciate all the things that I had at my disposal that are kind of temporarily gone.
Now, I will say that with the social distancing is I'm not a fan of, I'm very social, but I'm not a fan of crowds. So I feel like people, though, because they're not working, there's more crowds. People out on the street.
I know, when they're telling you not to be, though.
You know, what's really funny, too, is I go out. I have to get my kids out of the house. So we try to do at least an hour a day of just like, you know, because I have a little basketball hoop in front of my house.
Oh, God,
so
definitely.
I'll play with the kids in front of the house. We do scooters. We do bikes. And, excuse me, and we try to just get outside. But then I'm still getting the people who like are in their cars, you know, going down the street and they look at me like we're crazy or like they want to say something, but they don't. And or people taking walks in my neighborhood, they're having a conversation and they get all quiet when they're next to us. And it's kind of just like, what is your deal? Like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, stop being weird about this. Like, you know, and all I can feel is judgment because I have my children outside, but lo and behold, like my house is literally 10 feet away and like, how dare you judge me?
Yeah.
I'm really like, I can feel when somebody is saying something like in their head. So I'm like,
no, I totally agree with that.
Shame on them, though.
God.
I mean, everything's saying that it's okay to still go take walks, take your dogs out, like let your kids play like outside. Like, what are you supposed to do? Keep them inside 24/7?
Oh my God, no.
Like, no, you're allowed to go get some fresh air and like. I don't get why people are judging that. Yeah.
Oh, girl, yes.
We have to be out in the sun. It's actually it's great for us. Yeah. Or actually treating people like strangers. Like I feel like people are scared to look each other in the eye anymore.
I do too.
Like it's weird.
Just like you said, like somebody passing somebody, like you feel like they get kind of weird, like because like you're a stranger and you're passing, like hi, hashtag, you know, COVID free. Like, do I got to put that on my forehead when I'm walking down the street? Like, you can pass me. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
We don't have any symptoms. Like,
we're outside. I swear. We're okay.
It's like if they're being a dick, it's like, now I'm going to cough on you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's bad.
Now be
so
afraid.
Bad.
I'm kidding.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag fake cough.
Or like, you know, like you sneeze and somebody looks at you crazy. They're like, and you're like, dude, it's allergy season too. Did you forget?
That's
like,
the worst part.
That
is allergy season.
Do you guys forget? Like, this is spring. We're going into summer. Shit, I'm gonna have some phlegm. Relax.
Yeah. Well, and it's strangers. Me and my husband do it because it's like Like if he like sneezes, I look at him, I'm like, I get sick. You better not have that shit. Get away from me. We do it as it's funny, but yes, when you're outside, you're right. People judge. I feel like people judge you. Like, oh shit, they might be sick. Like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's because you're gonna catch it from me walking 6 feet away from you.
Yeah.
It's like the judgment. It's like the judgment antennas are like 10 feet in front of you now. Like instead of just, when you talk to someone or see someone, now it's like literally like it's there.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like you said, even with your kids, like people are judging you because your kids are outside. Like it's true. I feel the same judgment. I feel like.
Absolutely. It's a pain in the ass. And I got into a fight literally just yesterday with an old lady.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so social distancing. I also wanted to take it like another step further and get a little deeper, because I think that social distancing is like good for people who need the space away from those people who like hurt them in ways that maybe they don't even know that they're hurting you. So I think like that has been around for, I want to say a few years. It could have been a lot longer, but I feel like just within the past like 2 or 3 years, being like a super like loving person. I love people. I love my people that I'm super like involved with, like they're my people, but then needing to actually like distance myself from those people has been like a like new experience for me. And at the same time healthy, but also heartbreaking at the same time.
Yeah.
As it goes hella deep. Like,
wow.
But I think that we all kind of find those
totally
moments.
Agree.
I guess I've been social distancing for a while now. I didn't.
No, I feel
it.
like even like because like you said, you love your people.
It's not new.
I love my people too, and I feel like I have to show up for every single event, every single thing, because I want to be there for them. But I feel like with this whole thing, like it breaks my heart to not be able to be at those functions or whatever. But at the same time, it's kind of a nice break to not have to like show up to something. As weird as that sounds.
You have a very active life where you do show up to
yeah, you got like a million different
Yeah.
birthday parties, and you got, kids functions, and your kids have friends that you got to drop them off or whatever the case may be, or you got your own shit or house shit or whatever the case may be. But we're checking on your elderly people, anything. It's sad because I do miss everybody, but at the same time, it's kind of nice to kind of focus more on like your family and yourself.
Absolutely. Yep. It's something that I had to start doing like a few years ago, because I was outreaching so much that it became to a point where I wasn't paying attention to anybody but those people in my life. And it was just like, okay, it's time to stop. And then I became a better mother. I became a better wife. I became a better friend, actually. And so I think that this is actually healthy.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
I love your outlook on it. It's like, I don't know. I feel uplifted just hearing you bring those things that you didn't think about. Like,
well, because we all kind of strive to be those better people, but we always got, hella work or hella functions or school or what, drop off pickups, whatever the case may be, cleaning the house. Now you get to clean the house during the day. So I feel like you have more time to spend with other people or call and check up on your friends or your family. Or
I've never called my mom so much than during this
quarantine. But she's probably allowing you to see her. My dad ain't even allowing me to see him.
He's like, you're not welcome here.
Yeah.
He's all back off.
I've only seen her once. But no, I get what you're saying. But even to take it a step further, another way I thought about it is sometimes social distancing is the situations when you cut people out of your life. Like, like that's unhealthy for you. And then you're
like you get to clear your head or something.
Yeah. Like sometimes people are just like, okay, I'm not in a healthy space right now. So in order to do that, you can't be here. You can't be here. Like it's like a cleanse. And in a way, like, even though you're cutting everyone out of your life right now because you have to, in a way, it's like a total cleanse, because you kind of have to disconnect from everybody because you're being forced to. But like you said, it's giving you an opportunity to be a better mother, a better friend, a better this, that. Like, I think that in a way, this could be really good for people like on a deeper level.
We're going to
because
stop
In
seeing
general,
each other and
absolutely.
sending gifts.
It has to be deep.
mine and Justine's friendship are literally just gifts.
Just gifts right now.
I'm like, I'm like, haha, meme about a dog that doesn't want to be walked anymore. That's our friendship.
Aw,
right now. Yeah.
That's
This is the first
beautiful.
time we've seen each other in,
Yes.
weeks or whatever.
And it's awesome though, because it feels like
Aw.
we've been with each other the whole time. Like, so obviously friendships and relationships will survive the social distancing.
Oh, yeah.
Like the real ones, the ones like
Exactly. The real ones.
the real ones will survive. And I think this
Exactly.
it's like, I feel like it's a
Exactly.
cleaning that everyone kind of needs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and
Yeah.
even though it's being forced upon us and it's kind of a bad time, I love the positive outlook on it, the reflecting of what the benefits are of doing this, and the fact that, like, in reality, some people have been doing this when it needs to happen, but now everyone's doing
Has to do it.
You know what I mean? Like, I love your outlook, girl.
Yep. That was a good point.
Yes, I love that you wanted to talk about it, because I feel like it opened my mind to, like, so much positive of what this experience is bringing me, and I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, did you want to go into your second topic? Because this one, I'm
Yeah.
super
Ew.
excited to see what you
Ew.
mean by it. So, okay, so her next topic is
Yes.
saying that the new age of thinking almost broke up your marriage. So I gotta know. What do you mean by that?
Yes. Okay. So this is super like deep, and it might sound kind of just everywhere, but I need you to try to like stay with me. Okay.
We
Okay,
will.
we're here.
I'm pretty sure that you girls can do this.
Don't worry. Like, this is what it's all about. We wanna talk about what you're going through and what we want to hear. So, well, don't worry. We're gonna follow.
You got my ear.
You got it.
Okay. Okay, ladies. So, all right. So what I mean by this, okay, I'm just going to literally go into like the first thing that like what I mean by new age, which is pretty much global. So like new age is kind of like it's a spiritual belief, right? I don't know if you guys have like heard about it, but basically it's like a compilation of like new age beliefs. So it's like Hinduism and like mysticism and astrology and reincarnation and chakras and crystals and like all different types of things kind of smashed into one, right? So I kind of like started diving into this like really deeply just a few years ago, probably around 2 years ago now. And it all started with like wanting to get connected with God. Okay. I've always had a longing for just being close to my creator. I've always had a connection personally with like wanting to know my creator, wanting to know God, wanting to know this, getting into the deeper side of life, getting into understanding things. Why are people like this? Why is life like this? Why are situations like that?
Preach it.
Okay. So a super deep person. I'm a super deep person. And then following like astrology, like I think that actually does have some type of like it holds water to me, astrology does, because I'm a Leo in the astrology chart. But when you go to like figuring out like, oh, what's your rising, what's your moon, what's your this and that, it's like all these deeper things if you really want to know. I found out that I'm like a rising Scorpio. So I have like these Scorpio tendencies, and reading into more of a Scorpio side is like this deeper understanding and this like wanting to like dig deep into everything type of personality. And I went, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. Like, sure, I'm a Leo. Like I love being the center of attention, blah, 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 whatever, at certain events. It's not all the time because I don't like to be the center of attention all the time. I really don't. I like when people are not in my face. So, and when I started to really like look into all of this, I went, oh my gosh, I really am a Scorpio. Oh my goodness, because I really am like I like to be kind of in my shell most of the time. And I'm only drawn to the certain amount of people in my group that I like to be really close with and express my feelings with and da, 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 da. And so anyways, getting off of that topic.
So you kind of got consumed in that, like.
I did. I absolutely, of course, because I had a really bad experience after losing my mother, and I wanted to chase after her religion, which is called Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm pretty sure you've all had a knock at the door from the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yes.
And everybody likes to close their shades and be like, no, we're not home. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was chasing. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I got into that religion. And to make the story short, I had too many questions for them. They were like, oh my gosh, you have way too many questions. Because I read the Bible, and I started to do like YouTubes and Googles and, you know, doing my own research about the religion. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, whoa, you know, we can't answer these questions. Like, this is evil. Like, we can't answer these questions. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, if you guys can't answer my questions, I'm hella good off of you. And then the people who like where I was studying with, they stopped coming around. Mm. And so I went into a huge, like, deep dive into just all this ridiculous stuff. I don't want to go there, but basically, like, I mean, I've investigated the Illuminati. I've investigated, like, so many different things. Like, I won't say investigated. I'll say researched, because I'm not out there on the front line. I'm not out there on the front line.
Private eye, what?
Yeah, it's Illuminati. Oh, my God. Yeah, no. But I've done just a little bit of here and there of basically everything, because, like, at the same time, I felt like I was in, like, this matrix of trying to, like, understand, like, why is everything the way it is? What is our purpose? Mm-hmm. And so anyways, just this deep pulling of wanting to, like, get connected with people. And so I started this, like, new age mysticism type of thing. I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to be fun, because I'm going to start figuring out who I am. Like, screw who God is. I'm going to figure out who I am. I'm going to figure out, like, why we're here as a society, why we're here as human beings on this earth. So
I heard that this is kind of common, though, when people lose a loved one. I think it's really typical to start wanting to either dive in it or have questions about it, or, like, maybe losing belief. And because, like, when someone so close to you leaves, you want to know why. Because
she's talking about me.
No, I mean, in general, I hear it's common. I mean, Justine can totally relate to you.
Oh, I totally can. Know? I don't know if you knew that me and Tia had gone to the beach, I think it was like a year ago. It was after my mom had died, and we talked about all the different religions, because and I'm still in that place where I just don't understand, because I used to, believe in God and stuff, but then once, my mom was taken, uncles were taken, grandma was taken, like all in like a 4-month period, I was just so not understanding as to, and then it just opened up more. I was like, well, why does God take children? Well, why does God take, good people? Why don't they take the bad people? Like, I totally get what you're saying, where like you're kind of trying to figure out how people work. Why is this happening? Like, I totally am there, and I'm there now. I'm there now. Me and Tia talked for like the whole day on the beach about all these different religions, and like, she taught me some things on, what she was thinking, and because it was when Joe died too and stuff. I'm there with you. I get it. I get it.
Right. Yeah. So you can understand like the feelings of feeling just so like wanting to understand it, right? Like diving, like you want to dive, like you just want to know, you want to figure it out. You're like, what the fuck is the code? I just need, I need to know
I figured it out. I get it.
Yeah. And so like that's where I've been, like, and so let me kind of like go across my point of I was trying to like accomplish this like closer connection, okay? And I was just like, you know what? Like, let me remove God out of this out of this place in my life, and let me work on myself, because maybe that'll actually give me the answers that I need. Okay, so I started kind of like any type of new ager, which is like meditation. Okay, so I started like meditating. Okay. And like doing all these like quiet moments like in my bed, and I started to like actually astral project, like is where you like feel like you're out of your body. And then I started to do these like cacao ceremonies, which is another friend that took me to these things. And these gatherings were amazing. I was like, oh my goodness, these people are so sweet and like rich. And you feel like you're getting everything that you need from these people. And like from like ceremony, which is where you're basically drinking like, it's, so straight cacao is basically like chocolate. But it's the like fermented chocolate. It's not processed at all. It's not your Hershey's, you know. it's cacao off the plant. It's
not
what
the good stuff.
Chocolate is made from. And, right, girl. Yeah, you got to add sugar to that shit.
Where's those almonds?
So we make, yeah, absolutely. And so
I'm sorry.
Bombing with the almonds.
I love it.
So it started like in this way. And not to get too deep into it, but these things are basically supposed to like open up your heart center, which I started getting to like chakras, okay, which are like the 7 points inside of your body that are open to like energies, basically. And so was starting to get into all of that. Oh, this needs to be healed. Oh, this needs to be healed. Oh, this needs to be healed. And so doing all this research, I really started to kind of like, I started feeling like I was going down a funnel. And there was so much that like had to be done. I could not actually focus on one certain thing. So many things started to get muddled like after a certain time of doing this for the past 2 years. I kind of lost like myself at the same time. Although I was putting myself first and I was doing all of these great things that were like a shortly lived happiness, you know, like it felt also at the same time, so much shit was starting to like come to life. So there was a lot of like hurt in my relationship, as a younger person. Because me and my husband, have been together for 15 years. That's literally half of our lives now. We just went, and had we didn't go anywhere actually. We had our 15-year anniversary just 2 weeks ago, the 15th of March.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry, the 25th. Oh my God.
That's awesome.
Excuse me. It was not the 15th. It was the 25th. Oh my gosh.
We won't tell him.
This whiskey's got me.
We won't tell him. It's our little secret, girl.
Oh my goodness. How funny. I mean, he wouldn't remember if I didn't remember.
Right. Yeah.
He would have believed you if it was the 15th. He would have been like, okay, babe.
He's like, wait, what? No, he's actually great. He's really good. Okay, so I like all this, like past, you know, it all started to kind of like wash over me over and over and over and over again. And so it felt like I just basically wanted to get out of it. Okay. Like after so much time of trying to like, quote unquote, heal from the past trauma, like of losing my mother and my relationship with him and just all the things that we did, outside of our relationship, it just didn't like help anything, nothing at all. Although I felt like before all of this, he has always been my best friend. And regardless of all the shit that we've been through and all the mistakes that we have made, that we would always come out on top. Like, I felt like we were always that, like, couple who could just face anything because he comes from a extremely fucked up childhood just like me. So I felt like we're just those people who could always, like, keep each other together. We can do this, you know? And so this completely changed the dynamic of, like, everything that I had built with my husband for the past 7 years, because we have been married for 7 years. And during those 7 years, we have been fantastic. I mean, great. Sure, ups and downs like anybody and everybody. Realistic, you know, but we are not at each other's throats ever. We live harmoniously. We have a great relationship when it comes to our children. You know, we don't try to put each other down. We're just a great couple. And so when we get to those deep, those deep, like, depressed areas, which is kind of like where I started to go, he literally he started to not understand me. And so I started to kind of use that as the ammunition, I guess, against him. Like, you don't understand me. Like, I'm trying to heal from all this shit. And, like, it's just so much work to do. And so it just started to get so overwhelming. And so this literally had me, like, on the fence of wanting to just completely break ties with him. And I even had, like, new agers who were, like, in my new age circle, like, tell me, like, yeah, like, move on, like, get out of that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Whoa.
Like, yes. People being like, oh, yeah, you guys need to just break that up. Like, that does not sound good. He hurt you in the past. You've hurt him in the past. Like, you guys should just not be together.
That's a relationship.
And I'm like,
yeah, whoa.
Right.
Not to say the C word, but that sounds a little culty.
Girl, no, thank you.
Because, like, a cult wants to isolate you so that you're only about this, and then that means isolating you from the person you love. And how is that healthy? Like, well, I don't want to just throw out that C word, but girl, I am confused on why they would try to break you, support you wanting to end that. Like, when everything else you said about your marriage was, like, amazing. Like, it's not like there's people that have marriages out there that are toxic, okay? And they hit you or they're verbally abusive, this and that. Then, maybe you should speak up in, like, maybe that relationship. But you have a healthy marriage, and they were just saying, yeah, you should end it. What?
What, you guys fought? Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He sucks. Go away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm confused by why they would want that for you if they're wanting your overall happiness. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's completely confusing. So, and that's why I started to, like, go so deep and so far that I wanted out of the relationship, that I felt like it was God finally, like, pulling me back in, because I was so, like, on the edge and, like, wanting to leave my situation and everything, that I mean, I literally felt at one moment like I was out of my mind, okay? And I'm like, this is not right at all. Like, let's get with it, and it was just like a snap real quick. And it only took one person in that group to, like, like the cult group that we're talking about right now, like that new age group, to actually really hurt me, to, like, with their either their suggestions or their words or even the way that they were treating me, to just make me completely turn around. And I just completely went, like, you know what? I'm not hanging out with anybody. I'm not listening to anybody. I'm going to hang out with my family. This is my life. This is what I chose. I'm going to focus on this. I'm done focusing on myself because I'm fucking tired of it. Okay, I do not have the answers, and no matter how many meditations I go through, and no matter how much cacao I drink, and no matter how many mushrooms I take, I'm not going to figure it the fuck out. Like, I'm just not. I don't have the fucking answers, Like, I'm tired of trying to have the answers. So I kind of just basically, like, gave it to God, my creator, and completely just fell into the arms of, like, my family and God, and just coming back into my person again, if that makes sense.
No,
like, I
completely. So you did, like, a full
this
circle
was the
then.
life I chose. I love my husband. I love my children. I love where we are. This is what we have. This is beautiful because I fought for it. I strive for it, and I bleed for it. And I will continue to do that because I want to make it work. This is my person. This is the man I love. This is the man I'm choosing to love. And I'm okay with that completely. So,
that's amazing.
That's
amazing. I feel like your words
great.
Inspired
They
me.
are inspiring. I love it. And you did a full circle. You started somewhere, wanted to investigate, and then you came full circle right back around and realized the roots.
Sometimes it's like seeing the wrong to realize what's right.
Wow.
Like what's right for you.
Yes. Yes.
And you know what?
Yep.
Your husband needs some kudos because it takes such a strong man to let you do you and figure this out and just be there to support you until you find your way
Thank
back.
you.
So you know what?
Thank
you
you.
are #blessed because that
No,
man was
hashtag
there
blessed.
for you.
I wrote that today.
I love it.
So.
I mean, that's amazing because there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't be supportive in your journey to finding yourself. And it sounds like you had someone that was there, and that's all you need sometimes is just someone that is there. And you knew that when you could, when you were ready to come back, that he would be there, and he showed up for you, and that's amazing.
Oh my God.
That's so amazing.
He really did, though. I mean, I went off the deep end, and he was just like, "I'm here for you." And I'm just like, "Oh my God."
If anything, it probably brought you back stronger.
Why are you so good to me? But, he reminds me, like, you are so good to me, So it's like, it's so beautifully balanced, as gross and disgusting as it is. It really is so beautifully balanced between us. Like, I know when he is going through a fucked up time, I'm going to be there. And when I'm going through a fucked up time, he's going to be there. So it really is just, I can't replace this.
That's
I'm
great.
like, there's no fucking way.
People search forever for something like that, and you got it. That's great.
Girl.
That's I don't know. Like, that's literally #relationship goals.
Yep.
I'm just throwing them out there all over the place.
No.
But no,
Yes.
it's so inspiring. And I mean, isn't that what everyone's searching for? Is someone to be there through the dark and the good, and just to be there, like.
Truly,
and you have that, and you saw it firsthand, and that's just magic. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we're still fighting. I mean, and it should never be roses forever, because that flame has to stay
never
lit.
will.
Yeah. No. If it's roses forever, then
and that's okay.
there's something wrong.
No.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship, because people are imperfect, and you can't have two imperfect people be together and think that it's just going to be all sunshine and rainbows. No. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes the fight's the good part, because makeup sex. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If there wasn't fights, there wouldn't be makeup sex.
Yep.
So it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
You know what I mean? Not
exactly.
It sounds like you got to experience something that you needed, but it really helped reflect what was most important. Mm-hmm. So not a lot of people get to experience that.
Not a lot of people do.
No.
Yes. Yes, and it makes me sad for those people who can't literally be hella honest with their person.
Mm-hmm.
Just be hella honest. We have literally been so brutally honest with each other ever since we were children. So it doesn't matter to me, because I know it's either he's gonna let me know if he is there or if he's not. And we are basically the same.
So you said children. You guys have been knowing each other forever.
Yeah, she's younger
than
me.
Right? And I'm
So that means he was there when you got your first tattoo.
He was, and I was there when he got his, because he got his right after mine.
Oh, that is so awesome.
He got a star on his back in flames. It's so ugly. He got it covered up 5 years ago.
Well, me and my husband just celebrated 10 years being together, so I couldn't even imagine celebrating 15.
Beautiful, yes.
That's
keep it going.
That is
It's rare.
Well, what's that thing they say about 7 years? It's like if you make it past 7 years, that person's in your life forever.
Yeah.
That's a thing, even with friendships and everything. It's like once that person's in your life for 7 years, they ain't going nowhere. That means they've seen everything and they still like you.
Yeah. They still chose
against
you.
their better judgment, they still want you around.
Exactly. And what's the need of outgrowing everybody that you love? You don't need to. There are some people you're going to outgrow because maybe your paths are just done, but you don't need to outgrow everybody.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of that new age thinking is about. They're like, oh, let go of your old life completely. And it's like, no, because that's who the fuck I am. I'm a real person with real feelings, and these are the people who know me. it's, I don't
I
know.
agree with
If I can
that.
just save somebody from thinking new age, if it works for you, cool. But if I could save somebody from going through the heartache that I went through and like all of the bullshit I went through, then I'm going to. I hope this inspires
Oh
them
no,
to
you
just
saved me.
not think about themselves all the time. Don't just think about like I gotta love myself. I gotta do what's right for myself, and I gotta do me, 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 me. I'm totally applauding like giving yourself attention, but please don't put the camera fully on yourself because
Mm-hmm.
you have people around you who love you, who need you, who thrive off of you, and
Yeah.
who thrive off of the beautiful things that you do. And like it's so much more fulfilling to just be there for others. It really is.
Oh, I totally agree. Like I said, you saved me because, like I said, I'm lost. I'm really lost when it comes to like the whole religion thing and the whole like finding yourself and understanding why things happen and whatnot. And I mean, you saved me on that. Like,
I feel like you saved me too, and I didn't even experience.
you gave me
a
all
loss
kinds
like
of pep
that.
talks today.
No, I feel like your advice kind of works for everyone, not just
Uh-huh.
someone that like lost somebody,
Yeah.
but like there's tons of stuff in life that throws you for a loop, and then it's so easy to just get focused on yourself, and your journey, because whatever you went through made you realize like, oh, I'm not focusing enough on me. And I see like this like tunnel you can be down where it's just like, okay, let me focus on me and then everything else will work, right? But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes focusing on
It
you
really right.
only
That's right,
isn't
girl.
the right thing. Like, I think in any
Nope.
situation, that advice seems really sound. Like, because even like with what I went through, like it was nothing about me, but I sure wanted to focus on me too, like, and it's so easy
Yeah,
to do
of
that
course.
because we're human and it's natural to want to be selfish for a little bit. Like,
Yep.
because,
Yes.
a lot of times
Yes.
when these losses happen or whatever you're going through, it was so obsessed with someone else that you feel like you lose you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Right.
you should focus on you, but not enough where it pushes everyone around you away.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Exactly.
Inspiring combos. I love it.
No, yeah, I'm so happy you
Yes.
said yes.
I'm going to go home and just be like so inspired all the rest of the day. I'm going to go home and give everybody a hug. No 6
Yes,
foot
hug
distancing at my house.
everybody.
I am so happy you
Yes.
said yes and let us try this whole phone guest thing with you. Like, I feel inspired, and I'm so happy that you said yes and brought all these topics to the table, because I think people in this time need to talk about these things that you brought up, and
Hard times and uplifting times.
you're truly inspirational.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you. And that's truly, honestly, what I wanted to do for, your crowd and for your peeps who are listening, because I think there's so many things we could talk about. Oh my goodness, us as ladies and all the things we go through and all the things we deal with and just life in general. I mean, we could talk for hours and hours and days, but these two things just jumped out at me at being something that we can, just come to term with, because you know what? Being able to talk about the new age thinking and how it fucked up my life almost is really relieving for me. So thank you for even being open to listen to it and not be judgy about it. So thank you. Totally appreciate it.
No, that's what
I
that's
love
the
it.
whole reason that this podcast was created, is we want to bring different people together to talk about what's going on in their lives.
And we're so open-minded that we don't judge. We don't like judgment at all.
Nope, that's
right.
not how
That's what
we work.
I totally love about your ladies. Like, your podcast is so cool. I love that about you.
Thank you. We just try to be a
Yes,
safe place for
absolutely.
people to talk about whatever they want, because I think that's part of the reason we started it, is because it's so easy to feel unheard in today's world.
Yep.
And if we can bring someone on and let them talk about whatever the heck they want and know that we're listening and we care about what's important to them, then that's all that matters to us. But on that note, okay, no, so me and Justine will each pull one, and it's just like a lighthearted, fun way to end the show.
Hopefully it's lighthearted. They could be serious questions.
Sometimes they've been crazy. Okay, so the first one is,
okay.
if you could ask for a miracle, what would it be?
Ooh,
Dang it. Dang. I said lighthearted, but I guess not.
You're looking for miracles.
Right.
Miracle.
Who's gonna cry? Who's gonna cry today?
A miracle? Wait, who is this? Who is this going to?
Anybody.
No, it just
a
says
miracle.
a miracle. Like, if you had one miracle and you knew that wish should like be granted, what would you want? Ooh, this is so deep.
Oh my.
So deep. It hurt my heart.
This is truly deep, and I know, and it's extremely pulling at my heart too. If I could have my mother for 24 hours, that's my miracle. That's what I would ask for.
Oh, that's amazing.
As an adult, I would want to see my mother for 24 hours.
She's gonna make me cry.
It's okay.
And that's okay to cry, because this might be the very first podcast that we all cry together, and that's okay, because I think maybe we might need to. Okay?
I don't know if you guys experienced this, but when you see your best friend cry, it is so hard. You know?
Oh no, I have. My best friend has literally seen me cry one time, and it was really hard for her. So yeah, she literally snuck up on me.
It's hard when you love somebody.
She snuck up on me. Yeah, but that's what I would ask for. I love my mother so much. I lost her when I was 15. I was just about to turn 15, so I could have really used her during that time.
Oh yeah.
And even being an adult now and being able to have her see my children and hug them and hold them would be absolutely beautiful to me.
And you know what?
So,
I love how ungreedy your miracle is too. You're only asking for 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like
it could have been like, no, I want my mom back.
No, I'm just saying, like, exactly. Like, think about how ungreedy it is too. Like, it's just, I feel like, oh, I wish that could happen for you, because
me too.
I know I can't even think of like what miracle I would want, but I guess maybe if there was like a miracle I could have, it's like that, like my children would have no struggles. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there would that my children wouldn't have to experience any of the pain that I experienced.
Like no heartbreak, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, growing up,
like,
growing up, I'm not saying I had it like the worst, but I had, some childhood trauma that like I wouldn't wish on anybody. And if I can make sure nothing like that ever happens to my kids, then that would be the only miracle I need.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you. That's beautiful. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We try to shield our babies
from
the crazy in the world, because oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we all probably have went through that in our lives, just a very crazy time we don't want to talk about, like,
yeah, everyone has
just
something. Yeah, no one's life is perfect. There's something that changed you, no matter what it is and the severity of it, someone has something in their life like that. What about you, Justine?
Absolutely.
What's your miracle?
I don't know.
World peace.
Honestly, right now, that could be a miracle for everybody. I'm spreading the love.
I know.
We all need to get some love. I'm going to say at this moment in time, because obviously I would love to have my mom, but I would be hella greedy. I'd be like, nah, can you just make her come back to life? Put those ashes back together.
You're like, just bring her back forever.
Just forever. But if I'm going to say anything for everybody at this moment, can we just get rid of this fucking coronavirus?
I like that miracle.
Right?
Let's get rid of that.
I'm giving everybody
love.
Rid
of it, because gosh, it's hurting a lot of people. It's killing a lot of people.
Well, and it breaks my heart.
Totally
I seen on the news like some boy, he was like 19, and both his parents lost their job, and he had to go to work at one of the grocery stores for them, like to pay bills. Like, that breaks my heart. You're 19. You should be out fucking partying and doing stupid shit.
Well, what about the women that have to deliver their babies alone?
Oh, God.
Their husbands can't be in the room.
Yeah.
Or what about the old people that are in a hospital or sick and they're dying and their family can't come
visit them?
You know what I mean?
Or old people, period, that you can't go like I said, my dad won't even let me come visit him.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
No,
it sucks for everybody. And like the kids ask all the time, like, can I go see cousin? Can I go see a friend? Can I go, can we see Papa? No, you can't. And it breaks my heart for everybody in the world, the things that I see posted. So if I could have a miracle for everybody, that would be my thing. Can we just get rid of this shit, please?
I know, right? I like that miracle. You're so selfless. Look at you. I'm all like, can my kids be cool? And you're like, can everyone's kids be cool? Shame on me. Okay. Let's see what your question is. Let's hope it's lighthearted.
God. Okay, this one's a good one. Okay. Oh, if you were in a circus, which character would you be?
Ooh. Ooh, I like this. I would be the ringleader because I'm an attention whore.
Oh,
I would want
go
it
ahead.
definitely
Yes,
about
you would
me.
be so fucking good at it.
And I'm so
You'd be so
bossy.
fucking good at
Oh
it.
my God. Yeah, I definitely
bitches
want
get in line.
No.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, bring out the elephants.
I'm going to be a performer. I want to say I'm going to be a trapeze, like a acrobatic person.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I
I'll
love
say
it.
I will
Absolutely.
take your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s.
And I'm like, and swing.
Yes.
Yep.
What about
Right.
you?
Yes. I think I would definitely be a performer too. I would probably be like a solo act and like the singing in the middle of the theater. Or I would do, no, you know what? I'd be so extra. I would be doing a singing solo act and then like ride on top of a horse and like do some tricks.
I love that we all had a different part.
We could just
I
have
love it.
our own circus.
I love it.
Period.
Oh,
Let's do it. It would be so hot too.
We'll throw the kids in there, put them to work early.
Yes. I love it. Okay, that was a good question.
That
to
was a
leave
good
on.
one to end on.
How
I like it.
fun. Well, that's all for today's episode of Sippin and Dishin. Thank you, Casey, for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, please go rate, review, or subscribe. Thanks for listening. Until next time.
Bye.